Well, hello, a very good evening. Welcome to Hochanda. Thank you for joining us. The fabulous Mr. Phill Martin is in the house.
Hello, darling. Good afternoon, everybody.
Hello.
First time I've worked with you.
I know, and we're separating us.
Good luck, I know. Good luck.
Yeah. Well, I've been told that I'm going to be disappearing at various points for you to just crack on, and I'm quite glad about that anyway, because I've heard that you're quite naughty and quite cheeky. And the two of us together...
I can't deny that.
No, the two of us together, it could be explosive. So, because I am also a little bit naughty and cheeky. Now, if you are watching right now and seeing that we are apart, obviously the reason we are doing this is that we are following the rules, we are keeping ourselves distanced. And today is actually the last, I mean, we're so lucky to have got you, because today's the last day for guests.
I know, the last 2 hours, no less.
I know, the last 2 hours.
Live, so,
yeah,
take advantage of me while I'm here.
Exactly. We might do.
Not my mind.
So, yes, so that's happening. And then tomorrow, people like our lovely Phill will be sending in videos and phoning in and things like that. So we'll still have guests, but they won't be live in the studio. Yeah. But we are lucky to have Phill tonight. And, of course, it's one day special time.
It is a special one-day special.
It's a one-day special.
Well.
I heard you say you've been designing this for 8 months.
8 months, yeah. So 8 months is when the initial concept came to my mind and when I first started doing my doodles and what have you. So 8 months later, here we are with the very first collector's edition.
Oh, wow. Yeah. So, well, I've been instructed that I've got to leave and you're going to head down here. They just let you get on with it. I mean, rude. They just said, Rachel, just get out. And then so.
Thank you very much.
I'm going now.
I know, it probably makes more sense because I can't get, I know, sorry. Tra, love, tra. Right, so it's the very first collector's edition. So Rachel's just mentioned that this is I've been working on this for 8 months. 8 months was when I had the first concept, and it was actually after I spoke to Kay and Alfie about a collector's edition, because I wanted to do something special. You know me, stamping is my thing. We'll go through them as we go along. Let me just turn that one round before you go, so people can see the size. There you go. Not directing from the floor, honestly. So the original concept was to do something that I have never done before. A brand new thinking process for me, and the fact that you can do a card completely from just one. I'm looking at Rachel, sorry everybody, from one stamp. So if you want to go to town like I do, you can tell which are my samples because of all the flowers. You can do, but I was also thinking about the people who make batch cards, when you make lots and lots and lots of cards and you can sell them. These are so decorative. The words are amazing. They're not like anything I've done before. So I'll read you. Well, I'll just read you the first one. So you can see the style we've got there, and it just says, "You make this beautiful world an amazing place." So completely different. It's not just your happy birthday, it's not just your best wishes and that kind of thing. These are really emotive sentiments. So as we scroll through, it wasn't me that time. These are full A6 size, and I've stuck to the A6 size because then if you make small cards, they will work for you. If you make big cards, you can embellish around them. So many different ways to use them. So what we've done is I've brought you these in 3 different options. You can buy numbers. They're all numbered as well. Let me just show you. Have you gone all the way along, Marcus? Oh, have you? You were quick. No. Stay where you are. Stay where you are. So what I've done, look, is I've just popped a little tab at the top so you can see which number it is. So obviously we've got numbers 1 to 10. I can tell you that I will release a couple more every couple of months, but there will never be 10 in one go again. 10 is just so that you can get these started. I will also tell you, before I forget, it's a limited edition. So I've obviously, you know me, I do one big order, and then once they've gone, they've gone. I will not be restocking numbers 1 to 10. So however long they take to sell is however long they take to sell, but once they've gone, they've gone. So you've got the little numbers in the top. What you've got, is it worth me reading a few of these sentiments, or shall we do some, let's do some samples while I'm yakking, yeah? So, I wonder if you can guess which ones are mine. So this is one of mine. So what I've done is you've got the 10 sentiments, and you've also got 2 little extras that you can add onto it as well. There we go. So be your own kind of fabulous and just let yourself sparkle. Works for everybody, any occasion, anybody. The stamping on the flowers is from the extra sets as well. And then you go from that gorgeous, gorgeous purple one to this. I love this colour, yeah. So this is much more neutral, yeah, and it says It says it's paper. These are my papers. Kim's just asking me in my ear whether that's paper. It says take time to do what makes your soul the happiest and do that every day. So can you see how these are special? These are not what I would normally do. This, believe it or not, is one of mine with no flowers. No flowers. What's that all about? Look how fab they look on craft cardstock as well. And I've just used a white gel pen there to colour in some of the elements and add some extra bits from that. You can see how these are going to work for you. So you can buy the whole bundle, which is what I would obviously recommend you to do. That is the one-day special. That is numbers 1 straight through to 10. The item number is 748948. Sorry, Rachel. And we've obviously got, and I know this is a considered purchase, especially at this time, didn't want you to miss out. So you have got the option of 3 flexi-buy payments as well. Oh, it's gone. I was just going to tell you how much here we go. So it's 3 payments of £29.63 plus your postage on the first instalment. You can also, if that is too big for your budget, you can get set numbers 1 to 5. They're slower than I am, sorry everybody. So you can just get numbers 1 to 5, and the item number for that is 554401, and that is £49.45. We've not spoken about the savings yet either, have we? I will say, so there's a £3 saving on each of the bundles of five, yeah, numbers 1 to 5 or 6 to 10. Shall we just 6 to 10 while I'm here? I'm too quick. So if you wanted to go just for numbers 6 to 10, you can absolutely do that. It's a different item number. You've still got the £3 saving. It's 204253. It's the same price, £49.45 plus £2.95 for your first postage. But if you went for the whole bundle, those £3 savings are carried over. So that's £6 you've got saving there. And you've also got £10 on top of that, so you've actually got a £16 saving if you go for the whole bundle. I cannot sell them for that price in my shop. I just can't. So this really is the best way to do it, especially when you've got the 3 flexi-buy payments. So I'm gonna have to catch my breath, and I'm gonna let Rachel come in as I move to the side.
Exactly. Look, there we go. There we go. Keeping the distance. Well, do you know, people have told me about you.
Have they?
Yes.
Yeah, I'm a bit bossy. I produce and direct from the floor. I'm very fussy.
No, they just told me how talented you were.
Oh, thank you. Thank you.
And I did. I did. One of the first days I came here, actually.
Did you search for me online?
No, one of the first
Phill
days I came
Martin
here.
in, what do you get?
Yeah, because someone said you need to talk to Phill Martin about my thing. Anyway, we'll talk about it later.
We will
but
do
yes,
then.
and they were saying how amazing you were.
Oh, thank you.
And looking at those, they are.
Thank you.
Fabulous.
There's a lot of work in these stamps, and it's a collector's edition. It's a special thing.
Yeah.
This isn't just an ordinary one-day special where I bring you a collection of stamps that all mix and match.
Yeah.
All of these stamps work on their own. So even if you only went for numbers 1 to 5, you've got 5 completely unique stamps. You've seen the style.
Yeah.
There is nothing like these that I've seen already on the market.
No, I absolutely agree.
Thank you.
And look at those. I mean, they just make such a statement. They are absolutely amazing. Have we got a photograph, did you say? Yes.
Oh,
okay.
my lovely
So this was sent in from Julia. Oh.
Because obviously Julia would have been doing the show with me before everything happened.
Yes.
So Julia's samples wouldn't have got to the studio in time, so she sent photographs. So in between the ones that I've made and my design team, which is Joanne, Alison and my sister Karen, we will show you some of Julia's as well. There are loads,
Fabulous.
always loads.
Right, if you want to step to your demo area, I can then move 2 paces forward. Maybe we'll just keep like this forever, and then we'll never get any kind of illnesses.
It's really strange. It's really strange not having somebody
right
there.
next to you. I know, and it's quite strange for me as well because I'm having to watch on there. Well, the sort of I'm looking between the two.
You're looking in 2 directions.
Yeah.
I know. Right, so I am determined to, because I'm not here tomorrow. You've only got me for these first 2 hours, 5 till 7. Because I'm not here tomorrow, I've made a little bit more of an effort, and I have prepped more than I would do normally, so that I can get 4 finished demos. They might have told you that doesn't usually happen as well. 4 finished demos in these 2 hours, so that if they do have to repeat them tomorrow, you've got something fresh to look at each time. So I'm just going to tell you what I've done. This is just an 8x8 card blank. The paper that I've got there is from the beautiful brush strokes, which is on the show. Yeah, and then I've just got an embossing folder piece of card there, and I've just torn the edges. That's literally all I've done. you want to tell them the details for the brush strokes?
Shall I?
Go on then.
293881 is your item number, £21.98 if you would like to get hold of that collection there. Yep, and they're on the website, hochanda.com. You can pick up the phone and give us a call, 293881. And in fact, I can actually show you them
when we
live.
get them out of the packet.
Yeah? Sure. We will. Hang on.
When they're out of the packet.
You can just hear that. You can hear the rustling. It's all happening. No.
Right, let me show you this then while we're doing that. So if you remember when we did the weekend wow, and Julia and myself were here for the weekend, Julia had the beautiful brushstrokes papers on her show, and I was immensely jealous because I loved them because of what you can make your flowers look like with them. Yeah. So this is just one of the papers, and I'm going to stamp and emboss onto this. So I'm going to crack on. If I go too quick, lovely Kim in my ear, just tell me, because I want to try and get these 4 demos finished. Right. So the stamps, I've obviously got mine out of the packet.
Yeah. By the way, this is, well, it's not incredible really. I was going to say it's incredible, but it's not because it's Phill Martin. So let me just tell you, the one-day special, already now 20% of the stock has gone. So I don't think, that's not it, but we will show it in a second. I don't think that you would have needed to have been here tomorrow anyway, Phill, because I think it's going to sell out. That is your one-day special. All of that is 745948. 20% of that stock has gone. It is £88.90, a saving of £10. Utterly brand new, utterly different, utterly unique, utterly Phill Martin, and utterly disappearing.
Oh, thank you. Right, so before I take this off the carrier sheet, I just want you to have a little zoom in and see the amount of detail that is in these stamps. And what I've done, I mean, people that follow me, people that collect my stamps anyway, will know that this is something completely brand new concept. So look at all the detail you've got going in there. You've got loads and loads of different fonts. It's really fashionable. This style is really fashionable. If you go on these engines and you look for like these kind of phrases, you'll see this kind of thing all over the place, but all of that has been done by my own fair hand. So yeah, when I did my Facebook Live yesterday, I was showing people, I was telling people that I have I'll show you if I get a chance. Yeah. I have a book that I bring with me all the time, and I doodle. So you know, like when you're on the phone and you doodle and you doodle and you doodle. Yeah. I've got a book that I use all the time. So some of these doodles are years old, and it's only when you start putting these stamps together, you think, and they've all been used. Right. So I'm just going to pop that onto my rectangle acrylic block. I'm just going to mention to you a little tip that I discovered when I was making my samples. All of the stamps have like a focal word in the middle, yeah? So here you can see it's whatever that says with people. So I'm using that frame there and trying to make sure that that is straight on the acrylic block. I'm ignoring everything else, and I'm just trying to make sure that that's straight on the acrylic block. Then I don't need to worry about that when I'm stamping it onto my card. If you have a stamping platform, don't worry, you're good to go. So I have anti-static to this, and although my embossing powders do have the built-in anti-static property, especially when you're using paper, I always recommend you use your anti-static bag. So I'm going to perfect medium this within an inch of its life. Tap, 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 tap. Sorry everybody, it's not the most pleasant noise, is it? But there is a lot of detail in these stamps, so it is just worth taking the time to make sure you've given it a good coverage.
I have to say, I think they are absolutely amazing value because they are so big and they're so detailed. And what I love as well is that you've done a different edging shape around them all.
Yeah,
do you know what I mean? They're not all ovals. You know, some of them are off symmetrical as well, which makes them interesting. And I think things that are off symmetric can look even more expensive.
Right, so you can see that I'm, sorry Rachel, you can see that I'm using my my double debossed elegant label dies here. Yeah. So can you see, it's almost like I knew what I was doing, look. So the remember and the laughter at the top just have that lovely curve on them. I'm also just going to point out that I removed my little foam mat from this while I'm stamping, because you don't get a nice even pressure when you're stamping with something with this much detail in it. He says out of breath trying to press this down. So it is just worth taking a little bit longer than you would do normally, because you know, like little things like this tiny star at the end, you might miss it, and if you're like me, by the time you've stamped and embossed it and you've missed a bit, it's frustrating. You won't believe the number of things that I throw into them because they don't look right. Right, so now we're going to use the pure white embossing powder.
Phill, can I ask you where you're from?
So, right, so this is where it'll get complicated for you. So Sheffield originally.
Right.
But I live in Nottingham now, and I've been in Nottingham longer than I ever was in Sheffield.
Ah, okay.
So I've kind of got a Yorkshire, East Midlands.
Yeah. Yeah.
So I'm just going to leave that there.
The embossing powder, by the way, on the screen. And
3.
Yep. 3 comes in sets of 3. Yeah. Set 2, set of 3. Okay. So there's 3 in set number 2.
Yeah, you get 3 in set number 2.
There you go.
So I'm not going to heat that up yet. I'm just going to pop that to one side. So from the matting and layering, yeah, so you can see what I've done here. These are the scraps that I had left over, and these stamps are fabulous for what I'm about to show you. We're going to decoupage that middle part of the stamp up, yeah, which is not something you see me do very often. So now all I need to do is just do the middle bit, where the circle is. It doesn't matter about the rest, because I'm going to cut the circle out. So pop that there. And then I want the with people on the next part. So all those bits of paper that you have left over,
yes.
Look at theirs, look how easy it is to make something fabulous from them.
Exactly.
Yeah. And then I'll emboss everything all in one go. I'm determined to get 4 demos done. It's most unusual.
Well, you're doing well because it's only 5:15, so you know you do first 15 minutes.
You know, after you've been with me for half an hour, you'll think, yeah, now I know why I only get 1 demo done.
By the way, now 30% of your one-day special has gone, 30% in 15 minutes. So it could even sell out by the end of this hour. You never know. I don't know what we're going to do in the second hour.
I must say, I love this 2-hour thing.
Yes.
Love it. I would much rather do a 2-hour launch every time I do a one-day special.
Yeah.
Right, let's just get rid of that powder, and then we will heat this up. So normally I would heat from underneath, as you, well, you won't know, but everybody else will. And that's because I think it makes it smoother, but I'm just going to do this from above to be quicker.
By the way, an email in tonight from Carol. And Carol has said, who knew? Because basically our Phil's been on his own, I think, for the last 15 minutes. I'm just this voice from the middle of nowhere. I am here. Look, there's my hand. I am actually here on the show. But she said she's looking more forward to Let Phill Loose shows. There we are. Look, I'm here. Yeah, Let Phill Loose. Well, why not?
Let Phill loose.
Yeah, let him loose. No, that would be dangerous.
It's funny because, you know, when I was driving up here, I did have an idea. So keep an eye on my social media over the weekend, because I did have a fabulous idea while I was driving up here. Oh. Yeah, I'll share it on my Facebook page at the weekend.
What, of something
for me to do every week?
Here?
Not here, because I won't have time to. But on my Facebook pages, I would. So I'm just crack on with this. Ooh. If you need to say anything, you can while I'm doing all this.
Do you know what? I'll have flick through these papers. Right, so these are the papers that we were talking about at the beginning, and we didn't get them out of the bag, but we've got them here. Now you get 2 paper packs here, not options. You get both. Not bad price. £21.98, and these are the lovely papers. These are very nice. Look, gorgeous. All different kinds of textures and colours, and you know, they're to inspire really. I mean, you know, what is that? That to me looks a bit like sort of ice on a, you know, on a lake or something like that. You know, these, I think you look at things and you see things, don't you? Yeah, I mean you see this bit here, that could be a moon, you know, that is over some water or something like that. But these are great. You can cut into these, you can use them as your background papers. You know, these are a great stash of papers for you to play with, and that's just one of the pads, of course. You get 4 designs per pad, and then you get 2 of those pads there for £21.98. Yeah, different pads, different designs, lots and lots for £21.98. That is 293881 as your item number. Okay.
I'm just cutting out so you can carry on if you want.
Oh, okay.
I'll tell you what you could show people.
Go on.
The extra stamps.
The extra stamps.
Yeah, the 2 extras that I've done with the one-day special.
I have got the other pad as well. Do you want to see the other pad? No, stamps. Okay. Okay. Right, okay. So I will turn these round so you can get an idea. Right. So these are new today. There we are. Lovely. We'll have a nice close-up view of those. Lovely. So brand new today, and these are so sweet because you can use them as your little embellishments. You could use them as textures. I mean, you could easily make this into a whole background. They go beautifully with your one-day special and really add to those stamps that you've got there. But look, you've got your lovely arrows, you've got hearts in there, a little bit of bunting. I mean, just things like this. That is such a lovely little stamp there to add into corners or wherever.
I'm laughing because they said your hands were slightly full.
Hands are slightly full. Slightly full.
I'm like, oh, just only slightly full.
Only slightly full?
Yeah.
Right, and here are 2 cards using those stamps, as you can see there. So you can add those extra little bits in if you want to. I love them. I just love all the embellishments. I love the arrows. That's one of my favourite things, but a nice way to extend your collection there with those stamps. £20.98. 676 330 is your item number. Perfect. Very nice. It's all there on the website, hochanda.com. And remember, if you're spending over £60 today, which you could easily do just by adding in just these bits and pieces, you will be able to get that flexi pay option, which means you can divide the cost into 2, which is fabulous. Give you those back. Thank you. I now have empty hands. Shall I just do some dancing?
Well,
or
I was
have you
just going to
finished?
say,
I've got jazz hands.
Jazz hands. Well, I was just going to say, everybody, if you haven't collected over the last few months when I've had the dies on with me, I'm sorry, I'm just cutting out while I'm talking, and I've got the glasses, I can't see a thing without them anymore. On the show, I've got the elegant labels, that I use for this, and I'm just going to warn you, most of the stamps fit in these perfectly.
Okay.
But I've got a very, very small amount of the elegant labels stock left.
Right.
So I'm just letting you know. The same with the ovals. The ovals have nearly all gone, so I'm just letting you know. Okay,
well, we'll give you the details on the dies then. So 122704 if you want to get hold of that collection there, those 10 dies there for £34.99. And already 10% gone, because as Phil has said, it hasn't got many of those. Here are the oval ones for you. So these wonderful oval nested dies. Up it comes. There we are. There's lots of dies there. 11 dies. 079459, your item number, £34.99 if you want to get hold of those. We're very busy for those, and we also have the rectangles.
Yeah, so all of these new stamps have been designed to work with all of those dies.
Yeah. Brilliant. So 203854, £34.99.
Right, I am almost ready for you. I can't wait for you to see these, they look amazing. Even if I say so myself, why is that not sticky? Right, so I'm just going to put some foam tape on this. I have been using glue gel on some of my samples, but then I remembered why I stopped using it, because it gives me headaches.
Oh.
And it's funny, isn't it? Right, here we go. Right, so I'm going to just show you where I got to. So on the labels, this is why I love nesting dies, because look how that just pops now. Because I've used the white embossing powder onto that. I mean, I love these papers.
Yeah.
I told you when I did the weekend wow, I was so jealous that Julia got the brush strokes papers, because they look amazing when you stamp and emboss on top of them. Yeah. So you've got the nested die there. I've already pre-glittered the edge of that just to save a bit of time. Yeah. And that is the Diamond Dazzle glitter. I have brought a little bit of stock back today. And the Diamond Dazzle comes with the Crystal Aurora. Yeah. So the Diamond Dazzle is one that I use loads because it is just a translucent glitter, so you can use it with any colour you like. And there are the details on your screen, 830827. You get 2 pots of that if you would like to pop that into your shopping basket, £14.99 for those. And we'll give you the details of the dies on the screen, on the bottom as well. Let me just point out to you as well, while I'm still on the labels, the labels are not symmetrical. I had a lovely email from a lady when I first released these, So and it went on for ages. I forgot your name, I'm sorry, but it was lovely. And she's like, she was more or less intimating that I'd made a mistake when I'd done the designing.
Yeah.
And I'm like, no, darling, it's not meant to be symmetrical. I don't make mistakes in my design. So look how that, but it just made me laugh. So I am just going to point out that it is a little bit shallower one end than the other. It doesn't matter, obviously, which way you use it. So now let's get this layered up. Have I taken about 20 minutes on this card?
24.
Oh, we're 24 minutes in?
We're 24 minutes in.
Oh, yeah,
so you have taken about 20 minutes. So Phill, do you use non-symmetry a lot then? Is that...
No, because my brain, you've only got to look at one of my samples with the flowers.
Yeah.
Symmetry is my thing.
It's your thing.
Which is why I've really worked hard with these stamps, because my brain doesn't work in that way.
Yes.
I don't like things that are not equal.
Yeah.
But I love how these look when they're stamped.
Yeah. I have to say, my husband really likes non-symmetrical things. We were once talking about if we built a house, he would want it to be totally non-symmetrical. And I was like, no.
You break off.
The door has to be in the middle, and the windows have to be on the side, and it has to. And he's like, no, it's got to be a bunker here and a flat thing there and a tall thing. No, I do like. I mean, I like to see both in crafting, but I'm like you. My brain always goes for the symmetrical.
Yeah, it's your comfort zone.
It's your comfort zone, but I do think non-symmetry is very interesting. I think it draws you in.
And I think because the way I've designed these stamps, although they're not symmetrical, mind you, he says with two little flourishes going that way, but you see here, look, like I've got two and I've got one.
Yes, yeah.
So although they're not perfectly symmetrical, the design flows.
Yeah.
And I think that's why my brain allowed me to cope with that. So all I'm just going to show you here before we move on is I've die cut some of the leafy fronds and the, you've got both, I believe. I think you get both of the leaf dies.
Yes, you do.
Yeah.
Yeah, both the die sets.
So I'm just shaping these. So instead of, I don't know whether you can see this. Let me show you, look. Oh, sorry, you've gone. I did show you these when it was the Weekend Wow, but the Weekend Wow shows were so busy. I don't know whether I got a chance to show you. So can you see how we've got that beautiful debossed detail in there? I'll just bring the other one in as well, because both of debossed is my thing. And I just think it looks really, really classy, really elegant. And you've got that with both of these dies, a left facing and a right facing. And obviously you've got the debossed detail in both. And
these are the both details. So you don't have to worry about mirror images, which is very nice. Can I just say, I love the metal that you use.
And the colour's unique to me as well, the teal, Sentimentally Yours teal.
I love that teal.
Thank you.
Yeah.
It's quite thick as well. I mean, if you get to handle one of the dies, you'll feel how thick the metal is.
I'm handling it.
I'm not. It's all right. Just take it off. I'm not one for standard.
Yeah.
There's like a standard level.
Yeah.
But I always want better.
Yeah.
You can actually feel it, can't you?
You can feel it. Yeah.
Right. So
I like that.
back to me.
Back to you, Phill. Back to you.
So this is where we've got, look. And I don't like wasting these papers because they're just so fab. So because it's the waste from here, when I put that over the top, the colours will tie themselves in. Don't need to worry about it. And I've decoupaged twice. So again, this colour from here, look, ties in with, I mean, that just looks amazing before I even actually do anything else to it. So I'm just going to pop that to one side. I'm going to show you the flowers. I'm going to make one flower, and then I'm going to let Rachel take over for a minute just while I stick the flowers on, because you don't need to see me do that.
Okay, perfect.
So from the extras, I don't tell you how long these took to do. So from the extras, I've made sure it ties in with all of the stamps. So there are elements within both of these that tie in with every one of the stamps. The little splashes, look, that you've got on here, open and closed, they're in there, look. Open and close and so on and so forth. But I love being able to do more to my die cut flowers. So I'm just going to do this one, the polka dot one, because it's a chunkier polka dot than you would normally use. Normally you would get a tiny one. It's amazing when you do this. So I'm just going to do this by hand. Just going to show you quickly, and I don't want it perfectly symmetrical. You can see all the detail you've got in the paper before I even put any embossing powder on it. And I'm just going to do just random look, and then you think, oh, that's going to look a right mess, Phill, when you've done that. But trust me, it will not. It will not. And I'll tell you what else looks fab. If you can see the detail of the extra stamps on the website, you'll see that I've done one that looks like a little scribbly stitch, and that looks amazing on the flowers. Amazing. I know, I'm a bundle of energy. I don't know where it's all come from. Right, here we go.
So how long, Phil, have you been crafting for then?
Years. So I've done shopping TV. Are you ready for this?
Go on.
Since 2000 and... When did I open my first shop? 2007.
Right.
So that tells you I'm about 28. So that's how long. So, and before that, I was crafting for about 3 or 4 years before that.
Yeah.
So quite a while. Yeah. So I don't think I can get away with the 28-year-old. Right. So you can see what's going to happen here. Look, I'm just going to emboss that, and then I'm going to hand over to Rachel and let her give you some details. But I'll just let you see this once it's been embossed.
Okay.
And because it's a texture stamp, you can see, I mean, if you're an art journaler, or if you like mixed media, you can see just how you're going to use these. So I'll just do that quickly. I'll just finish that. How easy was that? So what we've done now is we've taken just a die cut flower. The flowers are on the show. These are the elegance flowers that I brought to you on the weekend. Wow, yeah. So we've got all that texture going on there, and that's what it looks like when you layer them up. Is that not just fabulous? It's so easy to do as well. And the good thing is, because we're just adding texture, it doesn't matter. You know, like if you get fingerprints on with a bit of extra embossing powder, it actually looks really good. So, over to Rachel while I stick my flowers on.
Lovely. Thank you very much. Okay, if you want to do any shopping tonight, be very quick indeed, because our one-day special is absolutely disappearing. We knew it was going to. By the way, our Julia has sent in another picture. This is another one of her fabulous designs. Isn't that amazing? Amazing what you can do. 745948 if you would like to get hold of this fantastic collection to make something like that. And these are the wonderful stamps that our Phil has created 8 months in the making, and so you know that there is a lot of design, a lot of time taken with these stamps, a lot of ideas, a lot of blood, sweat and tears, and they are fabulous. Some of them are non-symmetrical, which, as I say, difficult for the brain to deal with, but somehow makes things really interesting. But they are very unique. I mean, I haven't seen stamps like this, and I have to say the detail is absolutely extraordinary, and the size of them as well, that are really good size without being too big. You know, sometimes you can get a stamp that is massive and you go, well, that's going to take all of my page, and then other stamps are too small, then you have to think about what you're going to do with them. This, you just literally stamp and you go. And also really interesting sentiments as well. So you can see there that you've got, yes, you've got your birthdays, the most amazing birthdays. You've got fabulous to yourself. You've got your keep dancing and like nobody is watching and that kind of thing. Let me just turn one of them around for you as well so that you can actually see the size of them, because they are really fabulous. I mean, look at the detail in there. All the embellishments, like the crown, you know, and then the little sort of spring at the bottom. You know, if you were to say to me, you know, can you put together lots of little elements and bring it together like that with different fonts as well? I mean, that kind of circus font in the middle, the amazing, shouldn't really work with the one at the top, which is the very flourishy wishing you. But it does. It absolutely does. Let me turn that back round. Now, they are in sets. So we have stamps 1 to 5, which is what you're looking at right now, and you'll get yourself a £3 saving, £49.45, 554401, your item number, if you want to just get number 1 to 5, because we realise that people do have budgets, so if that's yours, then go for that one. The top set is 6 to 10. So if, sorry, the bottom, did I say top? I meant the bottom. I was looking at the bottom, but my head said top. It happens on a regular basis. So if you want to get that collection there, I often look at bottoms, Phil. Then a £3 saving, 2042, I'm saying nothing, 253, 49.45 if you would like to get hold of the bottom set there. But if you want them all, if you're going to treat yourself, well, you're going to get more of a saving. Because look, you get a £10 saving on top of the £6 that we just talked about there. So £88.90 is what you will pay there, which is fabulous. So 745948, but they are disappearing. I don't think you need many more stamps if you get hold of those. Let's move along to some more things for you on the show here. Remember, all this available on the website Hochanda. feefo.com. Now remember that the next ones are limited edition. Oh, the one-day special are we talking about? Everything. The limited edition. Yes. So once they've gone, and they're not being made again. That's what it means. So one day special is a limited edition collection. So very special. It's nice to have something as well, I think, in the world that is not going to be remade again. It's quite nice, isn't it? That's why they're called the collector's edition. So yeah, good. Fabulous. 676-300 is the item number if you would like to get hold of the next collection. And there you are, these lovely little decorative stamps. I love the arrows, you've got bunting on there. And of course you could, you know, make these into backgrounds. So you could easily duplicate, for example, that top dots and make that into a full background if you wanted. I mean, look at those lovely flourishes underneath those lines as well. Then you've got stitching detail, music, we all love music, the starbursts, of course. So you've got some absolutely fabulous details on here. £20.98 if you would like to get hold of those. And you are getting the two sets obviously together, 676-330. And they, of course, would work beautifully with your one-day special. They're going to add on to that. So a lot of people are buying both. And the details for the one-day special down below, 745948 is your item number. Let's move across now to some beautiful, elegant flowers. We've seen these across lots of finished samples tonight. And of course, it's 101695, your item number, 3648, if you would like to get hold of this collection here. So we're talking about the dies and the stamps together, 10 dies, 16 stamps. Look at that. And they are amazing when they are put with the one-day special. They just really set it off. And those cards are going to be showstoppers, and I think people will keep those cards, maybe even frame them because they're so fabulous. So 101695 is your item number if you would like to get hold of that collection. Now let's talk about some individual items that you might want to get, because you might want to just dip your toe today. If you want to get hold of the one-day special as an individual, you can. So 999310, 1049 if you want to get hold of that one. The life quotes. We won't go through them all, but it gives you an idea. You can get them individually because, of course, you've got 10 to go through there. But you can choose from number 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. The extra textures, the decorative textures there, all are £10.49. Also on the show, set 2 watercolor brush pens. 845273, your item number. There is a collection there in a lovely box, 24 brush pens and 2 water brushes. It's not limited stock. We put it on there, it's not. We have managed to get more for you. Let's give you the details. There you go. So it is 845273 if you would like to get hold of 24 brush pens and 2 water brushes there for £29.99. Perfect. We've had an email in, by the way, and this is from Terry. And Terry says, good afternoon, good evening, Phil and Rachel. Hello, Terry. How are you, my darling?
Evening, stroke.
Evening, afternoon, day.
After evening.
Where are we? It's tea time.
Yeah.
It's another fabulous collection. I wasn't supposed to be buying. Always happens. I wasn't supposed to be buying, but of course I couldn't resist. It is so lovely to see you both. You're doing a great job, and the whole team have been wonderful despite the very serious situation we're experiencing right now. Have a good journey home after the show. Stay well and stay safe. Thank you so much, Sherry. We are trying and we are following all the rules.
We are.
I mean, it's funny today. I was going to take a picture in this studio actually because I was standing with Jamie, our floor manager, and Leonie was there, and we were literally a triangle. And every time someone moved, we all just jumped back. We are absolutely doing what we can, and it is like a ghost town in here. Most people are working from home, so it is just us in front of the camera. But we're trying our best, so thank you very much, Terry.
Thank you, that's lovely. Right, there you go, the finished item. How fab does that look? Now, I'm just going to say, if you're going for the one-day special, and you can, please treat yourself to the beautiful brushstrokes papers as well.
Yeah.
Because the colours in them are amazing. I'm just tip that up so you can see the dimension, look, from the sentiment, look, can you see?
Yes.
It's just so easy to do. And now I love my big cards, you know I do. But if you made that into an A5 card, it would look just as spectacular as that does. Even if I say so myself. Right, so I'm going to put that to one side and we're going to move straight on to the next one. So I'm going to show you what I've got done for this one.
Demo 2 of 4.
Demo
We're doing
2.
well. We're doing well.
We're on it. I'm determined to do it because tomorrow, if I'm not, well, obviously I'm not going to be here, but it means that people that haven't watched the shows tonight, they might be able to repeat the demos that I do tonight. That's what I'm thinking. So again, from the beautiful brush strokes papers, look at the colours. How absolutely beautiful is that? So you've got that gorgeous, gorgeous purple lilac shade going down into the like midnight blue. Really, really lovely. So I've done that, I've matted and layered that and stuck it on already. I've created myself a frame from the double debossed essential rectangles. So that is a plain corner rectangle. The bit that comes out of the middle of there, look, so waste not, want not, that is what I'm going to stamp my stamp onto. Yeah. But what we're going to do first is we're going to use all those lovely little arrows. And those dies are at the bottom of the screen, by the way. We saw those earlier, but they are there for you on the bottom. And I'm gonna be naughty. So normally I would use Dusty Concord with that paper, but I'm going to do shaded lilac, just so it's a little bit softer. So we're going to have shaded lilac and chipped sapphire, and I've got all these lovely little arrows. So I'm going to show you what I did when I created my background. There is a card somewhere. There's too many to try and find it, where I've done blue and green arrows in the frame. But I'm going to show you what I did to create that. So the stamps. So you know that these stamps are 4mm in depth. It's the best depth you can get in a photopolymer stamp. But what I love about this is if we wanted that lovely arrow to go that way, we can bend it on the block, look. Yeah, I love that you can do things like that with these. Yeah, so we've now created two different, well, 2, 4. It's just limitless. So you can shape these however you want. So I'm just going to create myself a little background stamp on my acrylic circles. The acrylic circles are not on the show. Yeah, we do have acrylic blocks though for you. We do. Yeah. So, well, the acrylic blocks are essential, absolutely essential, because you've got the rectangle one in there that all of these stamps fit on. Yeah. So I'm just creating myself, look, a little background from all the individual stamps. Turn it around so I can see what I'm doing. Let's have that little dots. Little dots. This is just so easy to do. If you need to jump in and do anything, just do it. Well, I was going to just show you papers, the other pad. Okay, let's have a look, because we showed you the one earlier on, didn't we? So this is the second, hang on, it's that way around, isn't it? Start at the beginning. This is your second paper pad, because you do get the 2, which is fabulous. And you can see there, look, I mean, that to me is a moonlight night. Beautiful, absolutely beautiful with those circles on there. And then once again, look at that. That's like a sunset. But you know, you can cut into these, you could use them. They do work so well with the stamps, as you've seen, well, as you will see a second. I'll show you a couple of samples and you'll see how they've been used as a background. And when you actually just, you know, cut into them, it is amazing how the colours just pop out and the textures, and they work so well like that. It's like a wood grain. They work so well with your fabulous one-day special stamps today. So that is the second of your paper pads, because you do get the 2 for £21.98. That is 293.881 rather. And just to show you the backgrounds, so there you go. These are just examples. And also just to show you the one-day special and what you can do with it. But if you just have a look at that, so that is one of the backgrounds. And you can see already, it looks like a piece of wood behind there, isn't it? It's really clever. It's just a piece of paper. But they do feature throughout. While I'm going, I'll just show you some of these gorgeous. I mean, look at these cards. They're beautiful. And it says, come back. Excuse me. So what we're going to do, we're going to come back to our lovely Phill. Isn't that beautiful timing? It really is good timing. Right, so I've got my frame here, I've got my chipped sapphire there, and I've got my shaded lilac there. So all I've done effectively is made myself my own little background on the acrylic circle, yeah? So I can now stamp all of these in one go. And all I'm going to do is I'm going to do the first colour. Because I'm using distress oxides, it doesn't matter too much if they contaminate, which is what's obviously going to happen here because I've done 2 colours on there. And I'm just going to show you how easy it is to create a fabulous background from that. Let's have a look at that. Here we go. So let's just get a bit more going on. So the good thing about this look is I can see where the dots are, but I can move that and make it a little bit different. Let's go up there. Yeah. So there is no background stamp that does this for you. All those individual elements that you get in do this for you. I love that you can do this. I could just do stars if I wanted. I could just do arrows going in all different directions. And I love the 2-tone colours. You've
I
got to
like
quite
the
like
arrows.
it, because normally I would get the presenter doing crafting with me.
Yeah.
So I can't even get you to put my embossing powders away. I'm actually having to do like manual things.
Oh, imagine not having your minions as presenters, as minions next to you.
Look how fab that looks.
And we do work on
easy
tips as presenters as well, Phil. We always like you coming in, apparently, because then we get tips when we've cleared away. You give us a tip at the end.
I'm thinking about that one. That must be a different Phill Martin. Right, so here we go. So do you see how this is coming together? Look how easy that is to do. It's just so easy to do. And you can replicate this because you've got so many different colours in those paper packs. You can replicate this card in so many different colourways. It looks fab. I know when I first showed Julia the stamps, she loved them because Julia is now into a journaling and things like that, and she's like, yeah, can use that, can use that. You can use the sentiments, you can use elements from the sentiments. Here we go. Here we go. Let's just finish this off. I bet everybody at home's like, I'm flabbergasted that I'm going to get 2 demos finished. I
know, amazing. It must be me, it must be a good influence on you.
And you know I don't make mess, which is why I've got my kitchen roll underneath.
We are very busy, by the way. There are now queues on the telephones. So the website is the best place to go, hochanda.com.
Look at that. How absolutely fabulous is this? And when I did my Facebook Live yesterday, I made a point of saying to everybody that you can use these stamps for boys, girls, men, women, grandmas, sisters, because there is something in there for absolutely everybody. Especially in the times that we're going through at the moment, some of the words are really humbling and really make you, they're very emotive, and that's kind of what I wanted. Right, so let's just clean the mess up.
Do you think, here's a philosophical question for you. I got a message today from a lovely crafter, and we're having a little chat, and they were saying to me that they think that after this we will all think a little bit differently about our lives and who's important to us and what's important to us. But
absolutely.
do you think we will? Do you think we will?
Say it again.
That we're going to think differently, and we're going to think about what's important to us.
And sharing more and everything, and I think that's the way it should be.
Well, it's amazing what's happening on social media, isn't it, in terms of the sharing? That's been nice.
Right, so I'm using 2 of the coloured embossing powders, and I'm just going to give you all another tip again. Sorry, everybody. Every time I give you a tip, it costs you more money. But oh, that's the wrong one. Hang on. Yeah, hang on. It's not that one I'm looking for. Where are you? We're looking at a baked aubergine, and we are looking at the cornflower when I find it. And if I haven't got mine with me, I'll be borrowing the one from Set. Blueberry Crush, there we go. Blueberry Crush, there we go. So all of the papers that I designed will have oxides that complement and coordinate with them. So because this paper has got the purples and the blues in there, it means I can use my aubergine and my blueberry crush embossing powder, and I'm going to use both of them at the same time on the same stamp. How about that for showing off?
Yeah, that is.
So again, with the anti-static bag, one of the things I've found when I do this is, you know, because I hold my card here with my fingers, I always forget to anti-static that bit, and that's usually where the embossing powder gets caught. So I'm going to take my mat away. And we're going to use, I love this one, you make this beautiful world an amazing place.
Well, thank you,
fabulous.
Phil.
You're welcome. You're welcome. So we're going to use that one. What you'll notice, everybody, when you get your stamps home is the way I've designed them is you've got some elements that are solid, you've got some elements that are open, you've got sentiments that are open, so you can colour them in, and you also have some elements in there that you can colour in. And that's just what we're going to do in a second. So because this one has the U in the solid, I probably can't see that, because it's got the word U in the solid, with the solid background, you need to make sure you're particularly heavy with the perfect medium or Versamark, whatever it is you use. Yeah, just a little tip for you.
Yeah. If they are new stamps, do you have to do more to sort of prep them?
I generally, I tend to not use VersaFine because it leaves stains on my stamps. I don't like dirty stamps.
Right.
So if I'm embossing, I always coat it with perfect medium, stamp it on some scrap, and then go again. And that just kind of gets rid of any residue that's there. If you go straight in with a VersaFine or a VersaFine Claire, how many left? How many minutes? Oh, it's ages. Yeah. if you're going straight in with a VersaFine or a VersaFine clay, you'll be absolutely fine. It will just coat it perfectly for you.
Yeah.
So just being particularly heavy there. I'm going to turn this on its side because I find it easier to stamp sideways than I do straight on. This stamp doesn't matter too much whether it's straight or not, so it really doesn't make any difference. But as a guide, look, can you see the arrow at the bottom, where just above where it says place? I'm using that arrow and trying to visually line it up with the edge of the little topper that I've cut. So I'm pressing quite heavily. I'm on my tiptoes, you can't see this. Rachel can. She thought I was 6'4" then instead of just 6'2". Right, so I'm just giving that a good press, and I love doing this. Wait till you see this in the 2 colours of embossing powder. It looks fab. So we're going to do, let's do blue at the top and bottom. So we've got the stamped image there. I'm just going to drape it. Sorry, you probably can't see what I'm doing, but I'm just draping the bottom part, look. And then I'm going to drape it over the top part. Yeah. You told me 6 minutes, and now they're telling me 5, everybody. That's
because time does actually tick away, Phill.
Well, that's just not right, Rachel.
It doesn't stay still.
That's just selfish.
It is. It's rude.
And then we're going to, because the perfect medium will stay tacky long enough. So what I'm going to do now, because I've decanted that back into the pot, I can now just go over the whole thing. And what happens is it only sticks to where the perfect medium is. Yeah. So that's before I've embossed it, look. Oh, you just know that's going to be amazing once it's embossed. That is going to be amazing. So I'm going to be really quick now.
While you're heating it, shall I just read out an email?
Yeah, absolutely.
Because we've got another one, and this is from Janice. It's not our Janice, because it's spelled differently. She says, good evening, Rachel and Phill. Hello, Janice.
Good evening.
Just to say that I've had a lovely afternoon in the garden. Yeah, it's been lovely, hasn't it? Apparently, though, it is going to start raining by the end of the week. Oh, don't need that, do we? I'm now sitting with a nice cup of tea, watching our Phill making some beautiful cards. What could be better? I love these new stamps and what you can make with them. Thanks for the shows, and stay safe and well, everybody. Wow. Thank you very much, Janice.
Did you hear that?
Yeah, I did. Over half of the stock has gone now on our one-day special. Over half the stock, and we're not even at the end of the first hour yet. So if you do want to get hold of it, be very quick indeed. Go to the website hochanda.com or pick up the phone and give us a call. Item number on your screen 745948 for all 10 fabulous brand new stamps. Packed jam stamps, collector's edition, which means they are a limited edition, which means that when they've gone, they've gone. They will not be repeated. They will not be... That's the stock that Phill has, by the way. So the stock that Phill has of this, when that stock is all gone, it will not be remade, basically. They are hand-drawn, 8 months in the making for this collection, and they are absolutely glorious with all those different little embellishments, the different shapes and sizes, the different kind of some symmetry, some non-symmetrical, and those fantastic sentiments in there as well. So they are masterpieces, and that's why over half the stock has gone. Not surprised. Hashtag not surprised.
As much as I do. Right, normally I would get the presenter doing this for me, but you're getting off lightly, so I'm having to actually do this kind of thing as well. I will when we're back to normal. Well, hopefully when we're back to normal, I will make up for this with you next time we work together.
What, you're going to move into the dog's body?
I'll get you down.
Can't wait.
So I'm just popping. I love the fact as well that these dies will the foam tape just goes straight in without having to mess about. So I'm just going to pop that straight on. I'm going to be really quick.
I asked you where you were from, Phill, with your...
I know this is going to look really rushed.
I asked you where you were from, Phill, with your accent, because I could hear the definite Yorkshire, because I'm from Wakefield.
Oh, right.
So you see, Sheffield, not far.
No, it's not, no.
No. Meadowhall.
Yeah. Yeah. Oh, those were the days. Can't afford things like that anymore. Right, so we've now got that gorgeous frame going on with the papers showing through, which we're going to cover in a minute.
Perfect.
But I'm just going to get my set twos. Now, I'm going to tell you now, set twos are really, really low in stock. I'm telling you that.
Yes,
oh, no,
we haven't got many at all.
With me.
Yeah, here are the details for you. 845273 if you would like to get hold of 24 fabulous brush pens and 2 water brushes in there as well. Set number 2 for $29.99. Right. 1 minute 20 seconds, Phill.
I'm probably not going to get a chance to stick this card together, but I'm going to show you what I'm doing. So I've just put a little bit of the colour on my mat, look. Yeah, a little bit of the colour on there, and I'm going to colour... Oh, I need my glasses on, sorry. I can't see what I'm colouring in. I'm just going to go over, because I've embossed that, I can go over it and it won't harm it. So I'm going in with the blue and I'm going over everything. I'm going to let it just fade out a little bit towards the middle. 50 seconds, Rachel. If you need to do anything, do it now.
No.
Are you all right?
Now, remember, this is a double launch, so we're going to continue for our second hour, which is fabulous. It is your one-day special from our lovely Phill Martin. Fantastic stamps, and they are rapidly disappearing. We're talking about over half the stock has
I'll finish that
gone.
when we come back in a minute.
You'll finish that when we come back.
Yeah.
Fabulous. Okay, well, look, if you want to get hold of that, all you have to do is go to the website, hochanda.com. Now is probably actually a really great time for you to buy, because we're going to have a little tiny break and then come back at the top of the next hour. So get your shopping done now, and when we come back, I bet we'll give you a big update. The fabulous Phill Martin is sticking around with me for another hour. Hopefully you can join us in a matter of minutes. Thank you, my lovely.
Thank you.
See you in a bit. So as I say, how lucky are we? Another hour of this fantastic one-day special. Then if you missed the Julie Hickey Design Show, that's back. And also John is going to be getting inky as well. That's all coming up on Hochanda.